All right. Hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining the webinar today. So just give us a few minutes and we are going to start. So let's invite. Okay. I'm very sure that we have some audience now. I just want to invite our guest in so we can start. All right. So thanks so much everyone for joining this call. And I'll be anchoring this webinar today. My name is Ibrahim, and I'm calling here from Times. And the primary objective of this webinar is to showcase some of the possibilities and the potentials that finance professionals and business owners can achieve when navigating and trying to manage their accounting. Times is an accounting system powered by AI, and the guest that will be joining us on this call is from the Techy Accountants, who are professional accounting and consulting agency. And what we are going to be showing you today is just to get to learn from each party. So I think we have our guest on the call. Um, Tony, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Welcome and thanks so much for joining. Yeah, so I'm very sure that you can also see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. So yeah, so we're not just going to waste the time. We have some of our audience streaming live from YouTube. We are unable to connect via LinkedIn, but we are live on YouTube at the moment, and we send the email across to everyone who wants to join to just join the conversation, and they can always leave a comment on the YouTube channel. So once again, my name is Ibrahim, and I lead the team at Times, and at Times we are building an AI-powered accounting system We believe the future is going to change, not just when it comes to accounting, but in software ecosystem generally. So the way we use software is changing now. Initially, we are all locked to a particular function, but now we have the flexibility to control what we're doing and how we're using our solutions. So the call is just segmented into two different segments. The first segment is where we navigate around the accounting system powered by AI, and we are just going to showcase what are the things that are possible, how these technologies are working, and I'll also allow our guest to also give us some insights on how these relate effectively to the accounting profession and how you can leverage on them. There's a lot to learn, but today's session is going to be a tip of the iceberg. And just allow me to get started. And one amazing thing is immediately after this call, every attendant is going to be getting a link, an invitation, and access to some coupon to try Tyms AI at no cost for the first few days for them to have a full experience of what this is capable of doing. And also our partner here also we also be having a training starting from next week, where if you also want to have a deep knowledge of how artificial intelligence is working in the accounting profession, you'll be able to learn from them. We're going to start now, and I'm going to start by sharing my screen. But before that, I don't know if Tony has anything to add.
Okay. Um, Hi, Ibrahim. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Hope your day is coming up fine. And for me, I think I'm just excited. I'm excited that for the first time, in my own opinion, you could have a different opinion. However, that for the first time, Nigeria is at the forefront of innovation, especially when it comes to AI in accounting. I think for the past 2 weeks like this, it has been deep sick that has disrupted the whole AI world. Like everywhere went agog. Even President Trump, gosh, they gave him sleepless nights, literally. Because anytime I read his tweets like this, I'm like, oh god, is this the president? But the point is that it just shows you how powerful AI is, and that any serious minded government or country would take it seriously, and they will want to be an active player. So what do I mean when it comes to innovation? Before now, especially in Africa, we are always at the back end, meaning that we wait for the Western world to develop it, then they bring it to us and we just consume. The ones we like, we consume. The one we don't like, we don't consume. But as I said, for the first time, Nigeria is at the forefront of sharing this innovation. And that for me is something I think is what being proud of, is what being thankful that we are active players. And for me,
Yeah,
it just shows that the future is indeed bright. And
yeah.
don't worry, Nigeria is becoming great. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Thanks so much for adding to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no lies here. I think we all have the capacity of doing anything we want. We just have to get started with something. And so here is how it works. I'm sharing my screen now, and what we're seeing on my screen is just what the Times AI interface looks like. One thing is, like, when we're talking about artificial intelligence, the first thing that artificial intelligence is bringing to the table is speed and simplicity. If I'm to show
Hmm.
you an accounting system right now, you will be consumed with a lot of features, a lot of pages, and you might start thinking that you have a lot of things to do. Which feature do I need to use? What do I need to start doing now? So it's always overwhelming. So let's take, for example, the way AI is working across the profession is everything we've been seeing so far at the moment is GPT, chat GPT, this GPT, and that GPT. And right now, we find ourselves in the agent system. And when we're talking about agents, we're seeing ourselves like human beings. So I'm an agent of something in one way or the other. So now when the AI also is seeing itself as an agent, it means you need to specify what is this agent capable of doing. So when we're building Times AI, the first thing we have in our mind is an assistant. Can we create something that can be an assistant, that will make your work very fast? I don't know if you can still hear me, Tony.
Yes,
Are you
I
there?
can hear you. It's good. I
Okay,
can
all
hear
right
you.
then. All right, that's great. So yeah, so the way the Times AI works now is like if you're to use this software, you need to have it at the back of your mind that you're about to start talking to an agent. Maybe the software you're using, there's a way they present their financial statement to you, and you've never seen your financial statement presented in a different form. You might choose to want to see your statements in a particular standard. I might choose to have an information that I want to play around. So now we're bringing freedom to your hand. So the first thing is, like, when you come to the system, you always see, just like your ChatGPT or any other AI system you have been using. But what makes Times AI different is that Times AI is not just about the chart. Times AI is doing work in the background. So there are two phases to AI. You're speaking to the AI and it's giving you a response, or you're talking to the AI and it's performing some actions. Meaning that I'm sending a document to you and you're performing an action. So to better understand what Times AI is all about, just think about an AI of action. Meaning that it's not just static information. You're doing something for me behind the scene. So let's look at the way this works. An interesting thing about Times AI here is, like, it's also accessible via other channel. You can ping it from your WhatsApp, you can ping it from Google Sheets, and you have ability to
Mm.
manage conversation. So here is an example of a conversation before this call. And if we look at this conversation, I started by being curious. I was telling it that based on my income statement of my business for last year, it should create a financial projection for me with some assumption. So it's giving me an insight on how he's planning to prepare the projection. Okay, I told him to use my income statement for last year to come up with the table. All right, the guy gave me some summary for my income statement. It shows me a breakdown. All right, I said I'll make the year horizontal format. So I'm trying to tell him the format that I want this information. All right, then I said, okay, can you expand how you compute the margin? So then he's expanding the information, expanding, giving me some analysis based on the GDP of the country, all of the assumptions of the economics of Nigeria that I need. And at the end of the day, the result is improving, the data is improving, and before the end of the conversation, so I get to see my income statement again, and now it's giving me something bigger, until I have a very big table for a full 2 years. So the interesting thing here is, like, this is the freedom I have. I don't want to be trapped into a software to be able to use things based on how the software is working. I want to have the freedom of controlling how I present my information. I want to be able to style what I want and how I want it. And that's where the first thing that we need to learn comes in, which is prompt engineering. So if we're learning anything about AI system, what we want to know is how to prompt, how to talk to AI. And so let's start with an experiment here. So the name of this agent here is Adam, and this agent has about 12 sub-agents. So sub-agent means what are the other things that are communicating with the AI system. So this
Okay.
is Adam and the sub-agents. We have agents within the accounting. The agent that manages revenue is different. The agent that manages your expenses is different. The one managing your inventory is different. And all of these, over 12 of them are working together. There's one for revenue, expenses, fixed assets, inventory, financial planning, general accounting, financial analysis, custom reporting. There's also another one with general knowledge. If you just want to get general knowledge about what is happening in the country. There's also another one that deals with the Times software. So one interesting thing is, like, this AI is built on the Times, on the full software. So it's using a
Beautiful.
software behind the scene. So not just so that is how it's able to perform the action. So there's a software that we have that is what is using behind the scene. So I can start by just saying I to Adam. So I can send I, and when I send my I, I'm initiating a conversation. And the first thing that happens is, like, an AI system are always communicating with one another. So it's looking for which agent, which of my assistants, which of my intern do you need this assistant right? So it's telling me that, hello Ibrahim, how can I assist you today with your accounting and financial needs? All right, I'll say, okay, can I know what you can do? So can I know the things that you can do? So yeah, I may be a new user on this platform. I really do not know what the system can do. So I'm curious. So I really want to first even know what are the things that you can do for me. So if you look at it, it's able to bring out about 10 things that it's capable of doing for me. The first thing is revenue management. So it has the ability to help me to manage everything about my sales, from invoice to receipts and the payments. It's able to help me to manage
That's
my
nice.
expenses. It's able to help me to manage my banking. That is, I can upload my bank transactions, get them categorized. It's able to oversee all my inventory items for me, the stocking, the adjustment. It's able to manage fixed asset for me, and for my accounting, my general ledger and the like. So also creating reports is able to do it for me. Okay, now I have an understanding of what this guy, can do for me. And I'll just pick some random case because we cannot touch all of the things the agent can do, but we know he's thinking. So now I'm curious, and I would like to say that okay, I need to create a bank. I need to create a bank account, and the name of the bank is, let me say, Bank of Lagos, and the account number is one so so so, and the let me just say the account name. Those are just the three things in any bank, and the name of the account is just maybe Times Inc. Or let me just use the name of my company on this demo, Platinum Inc. Then I'm going to send it to the guy. So if I'm a new user here, I can just start by I can create my chart of account. I can start telling him that hey, I'm new here. This is what my industry is. Can you let me know the type of chart of accounts that I need for this industry? That is if you're a fresh business. So if you look at this now, the guy has created a bank account for me, and he's showing me that your bank account has been successfully created. Here are the details:
Hmm.
Bank of Lagos, the account number, the currency, and the balance is zero. So if you're an accountant, you are more after the balance, of the bank and the like. So yeah, so now that a bank has been created, I will likely be like, oh, is there a way I can bring a transaction into this bank? Maybe there are transactions from my bank statement, there are transactions from anything, and let me just simulate and do a simulation that, let's say, I have a bank statement, and I can just say that okay, yeah, so I can attach. You have the ability to attach your documents. I don't know if the part of an attachment is being shared. All right, so I have the flexibility to attach documents and do a lot of other things. And then I can just start by saying that okay, here are some transactions. I can just say maybe here are some transactions I copied from the bank above. Help me to add and categorize them. So I can say maybe 01/01 2025. Um, there was a debit. Maybe there was a debit of, okay, let's say maybe there was a credit of 25,000 for let me just say purchase of of foods. So I can say maybe on the 15th of 01 2025, maybe there was a okay, let me just say payments for service. So I can say maybe there was a debit of maybe 10 for bank charges. So create those transactions in the bank. Yeah, note that this is the tip of the iceberg. This webinar just focus more on conversation, and there are lots more beyond the conversation. So now I'm able to tell the guy to record this transaction for me. So if you look at the screen, it's showing me a summary that to proceed with creating and categorizing the transactions, I will confirm the details first: payment for service, narration, bank charges, amount is 10 this. Yeah, if it is fine. You say if any changes are required before I create this transaction for the Bank of Lagos accounts. Okay, I just say that's fine. That is fine. Proceed. So now I'm having control. I really don't. I've not used mouse since morning. I've not moved from one page to another. I've not asked anyone that which page do I need to go to be able to upload my bank transaction. Which things do I need to do to be able to do this? Okay, sorry. That's fine. Proceed to create the bank transactions. All right. So yeah, so one of the interesting thing is just being able to do a lot of things from just a little point of view. Let me join from another device. All right, so yeah, what's the take while I'm setting up another screen? Doing.
Yeah. Okay. Um, this is exciting and it is relieving as well. Okay, by the way, I don't get to do, the nitty-gritty when it comes to accounting because, of course, I'm the CEO, I'm the boss, I'm the rainmaker in my company. So I
Wow.
have people that do that. But I can tell you for a fact, I've done this before. that this is almost unbelievable that I can just be having a conversation and my postings will be done for me. I That's really impressive. Please, if you're an accountant here or a finance professional, and there's something about me even before the advent of AI, and that's why I'm really fascinated with technology. I always think of the shortest way to get my work done. So for me, that was something because I had that mindset. That was how I was able to develop my Excel skill. I don't like taking time doing my work as an accountant. So I will always think, so subconsciously, I'm already programmed like that. What is the shortest way for me to get something done? So seeing that AI is like the long awaited answered prayer to my deepest desires, even though I don't get to do this posting, I think it's fantastic. And this is very practical. I love what I'm saying. It's really good.
Exactly.
It's really
Exactly.
good.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
reload this conversation. So
Yeah.
yeah. So one interesting thing here is like there's a freedom of access here. All right. Just give me a minute to just reconnect. Um, yeah, so there's a freedom of access there, and of all of the 10 things that I've shown, all of the 10 things that it can do, it's not the way I'm doing it that you will have to do it in your end. You can do, there are also tasks on the sidebar where you can create tasks and tell it that, oh, I want my task to be working this way. Um, coming, okay, all right, so I think this is fine. Okay, yeah. So proceed to categorize and create the transactions above. All right, so I think I have a little bit of a network. So yeah, so I think that
Yeah.
one of the most interesting thing about this is that initially, you know what, you don't need to be forced. So we've seen a lot of things whereby a lot of people they have the way they work, and most of the
Right.
time, even though they're using the software, they still have to go back. Sorry, I think I'm having a little bit of an interruption here. But let me open a new conversation and just start. Let me see, get my bank account for me. Get my bank account for me. So yeah, one thing is like everything is most of what I'm showing here is conversation page based, but I can manage a lot of conversation and continue what I'm saying somewhere else to just keep it back up. So yeah, so let me get it to get on my bank account for me, and I'll just check the transactions in the bank.
Can I
So the
ask
first thing,
questions?
yeah,
Good. You said that I could have conversations with Adam even on WhatsApp. I don't
yes,
understand how that will work. So I'm
yeah, yeah.
not
So there's a
pretending. I don't understand how that will work.
Yeah, so there's a WhatsApp number that once you sign up, you get access to it in your settings. And so as you're signing up on this platform, your organization and every member of your team have their phone number. So based on the phone number of every member of
Hmm.
your team, they can easily record expense, record bill, send a signal, drop information very fast for Adam, and it's going to respond because it knows the sender number and it's the data that is available and use the same thing on email. If you use the email
Right.
you used to sign up on the platform to send an email to the guy that, hey guy, this is our bank statement for this month. Help us to categorize it so that when I come back, I want to say that okay, get my income statements or get my balance sheet, get my income statements, and everything you have here, you can save them, you can download them. So for this month, so you can be from behind and send an email from your Gmail. You send the email from your Gmail, your documents drop to Adam's email. Adam's extract all of the transaction. It did the categorization for you. You have the ability to also give some instructions or do something. Yeah, you can train Adam. So over time, as you're doing more training, you get to know how to train it based on how things are working in your organization. This is a fresh account, so you have the ability to give it some training. Or like for example, now I can request for this is my income statement. So
Hmm.
it's showing me, okay, let me just say prepare my income statement. So this one is showing me all my sales. It's doing analysis of my income statement for me, by giving me some
Right.
overview of total sales, total revenue, taxes, and the lots more. But I can say that okay, I need the financial statement, not the analysis. I need the financial statement, um, which is um, which is profit and loss for this month. So This is not going to Google. It's not going to Google. It's not going to ask ChatGPT. It's working with my data. It's
Your
going to
data. I
be,
get
yeah,
that.
it's doing the analysis based on my own information. And this is just me, my own organization, my own account with my own assistants. So so one amazing thing here is just the simplicity, the ease of use. Every features that are available here, you don't have to overthink. Just see what you,
Mm-hmm.
just bring the document you have.
Yeah.
Just
I have
prepare.
another question.
Yeah.
So what if I want to do an analysis of a document? I have the PDF document, the Excel document. Can Adam still help me with the analysis? Like if I just upload it?
Yeah. So if you upload your document, so you see now
Right.
I decide this is how I want the report to come out. So this
Yeah.
is not a report, this is not an income statement that has been hard coded on a software. You can tell the guy that you want this preparing this standard, IFRS, this also standard. The guy will give you that way. And you
Mm.
download it that way. So if you use other software, it's how they have it that you always see it. You don't have the freedom of
There's no
deciding.
flexibility.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, so you can upload your PDF, you can upload your documents. So then the next session we'll be having will be more about document management. So we just want to pick the conversation one after the other. This conversation
Okay.
accounting. We'll be looking at tasks, training the year in our next webinars. We'll be looking at how to use documents. So you can upload your document and put your message that oh, this document is our closing is our trial balance as of last year. I want it to use
Mm.
to open our book for this. Yeah, it understand everything and it's going to pass the entry straight in the book. So I think we have a lot of people streaming right now, and these are some of the potentials of what AI can do from the conversational accounting side. And in our next session, we'll also be looking at documents, how to train the AI. This is how I want it to work. So training the AI, there are also integration, there are also tasks whereby it will be creating tasks behind the scene. Most of the things I've been doing now, there are some things might not be able to do for you while you're chatting with it, but the guy is live, is active to go behind the scene and it's going to complete them for you.
Interesting.
So let me just get your take. Do just a quick call. Can you just share some insight that you have about how this can be useful and what people should anticipate in the training? You're our knowledge partner, and we're very sure that anyone that wants to go deeper into this
Yes.
will surely be reaching out to the Techy Accountant. So
Okay.
yeah, let's get something from you before we say
Yes,
bye.
I'll talk about that, but just have it at the back of your mind. I have a ask for you by the end of my feedback or by the end of my conversation. So get ready.
Okay, bye.
Anyway, so I can see a lot of ways that finance professionals can use this. For me, you know what? Do you know why I asked you if I
Yeah.
could upload my documents? Because at the moment, right, we are conducting a due diligence service for a company that wants to acquire another company. And so they've given us their financials. And of course, we have to do analysis. At least that's the basic one. So, and the way I use AI at the moment, even the general AI is that typically I use it to like streamline the work I want to do. Not that AI will get to do everything for me, but at least it helps with creating that structure or sieving out things. So you can imagine as a finance professional, you have to do analysis. I know we are good with our Excels. I know we know all the ratios, we know all the analysis to do, but it just makes sense that there's an AI that knows these ratios already. I feed it this document, it does those analysis for me. So that gives me time as a finance professional to think in depthly about what this analysis actually mean. I know AI will give its own recommendations, but there's something else I always would tell people when you're using AI, please don't forget your professional skepticism as a finance professional. I think we are taught that despite the fact, no matter the work that we do, right, we shouldn't lose our professional skepticism. So what do I mean? Because you're using AI or AI is there to help you do a lot of the work you need to do does not mean that the output should be taken hook, line, sinker. You still need to look at it. You still need to be sure that okay, it fits into what you want and how you really, really do want it. So it's very important that you you see AI, Adam. I don't even want to use AI now. Adam, you see it as that companion, as that fellow colleague